1400 years ago, the Prophet Muhammad described a terrifying encounter. A group of sailors blown off course discovered an unknown, fog-shrouded island. Inside a monastery, they found a massive man bound in heavy iron rings and chains. He told them clearly who he was, the Dajjal. Those iron rings are the physical manifestation of a spiritual restraint. According to the architecture of Dajjalia, this restraint is being transferred into a vast socio-technological framework. The entity's arrival requires a global infrastructure to be built first. This system detaches the individual from the creator to remove ultimate authority. It then erodes morality to create a vacuum of values, and dismantles the family to remove the final line of defense for the individual. With these three pillars gone, the system leaves a population spiritually blind, ready to submit to any power providing for their material needs. We do not have to wait for a future deceiver to see this happening. We are already willingly connecting ourselves to his prerequisite system today. The groundwork begins in our pockets. Social media platforms rely on conscious engineering decisions, dopamine loops, and endless scrolling algorithms to fracture our attention span. They create an isolated generation searching for meaning, deeply vulnerable and ready for a strong figure to fill a spiritual void. At the same time, cultural barriers are being dismantled. Ancient occult symbols, inverted crosses, and Baphomet figures are now routinely packaged as edgy fashion aesthetics and harmless artistic expression. Look at major pop culture events like the 2023 Grammys. Stages now openly feature explicit, ritualistic, devil-themed performances. Through endless repetition, the shockingly comes familiar, then ordinary, and finally accepted. This cultural erosion aligns with the goals attributed to historical secret societies, from the Knights Templar to the Freemasons. Whether through banking monopolies or deep political influence, these networks have historically worked to weaken traditional religious authority and centralize power. Today's global media monopolies achieve the same end. They keep humanity flooded with noise, blurring the lines of truth and engineering a psychological emptiness that only the Dajjal is positioned to fill. Islamic hadith provide precise geographical coordinates for his emergence. He will step out from the east. Specifically, texts point to Isfahan, an ancient city in central Iran, noting that 70,000 of its residents will be his first followers. His arrival is synchronized with Melhama al-Kubra, the Great War. Prophecies locate this massive conflict around Amak and Dabek in modern-day Syria. Decades of devastating instability have already turned this exact region into a barrel of gunpowder waiting for a spark. Before he appears, the Earth will undergo a 3-year cosmic countdown. In the first year, a third of global rain and crops will fail. By the third year, the sky will hold back all its rain, and the Earth will produce absolutely nothing. Famine and thirst will reach levels humanity has never seen. A starving, desperate population does not question the theology of its savior. When the Dajjal steps forward offering mountains of bread and fresh water, billions will surrender. His appearance is not a random supernatural event. It is a highly calculated geopolitical entrance, perfectly timed to exploit a human race pushed to the absolute brink. Once on stage, he will perform actions that defy physics. He will slice a living man entirely in half, then command him to rise. The man will stand back up, completely whole and smiling. Islamic theology describes jinn as unseen beings with the ability to copy a human's exact appearance, voice, and even scent. The Dajjal weaponizes these shapeshifters to stand in place of the deceased, exploiting human grief. Every miracle he offers is a perceptual inversion. He will present 2 rivers to humanity. One will look like cool, refreshing water, and the other like a raging fire. But the prophet warned, step into the fire, because his terrifying flames are actually cool water, and his inviting paradise is true hell. To protect believers from this overwhelming sensory manipulation, the prophet revealed a specific failsafe. The Arabic letters spelling kafir, disbeliever, will be physically written across the Dajjal's forehead. Only those with true, tested faith will be able to read it. The Dajjal's conquest relies on hijacking human perception. By bending reality and weaponizing emotional trauma, he secures a submission that physical force could never achieve. This deception becomes uniquely dangerous when we look at global theology. In Jewish tradition, there is an intense expectation for Messiah ben David, a victorious leader from the lineage of David, who will rule from Jerusalem, rebuild the Temple of Solomon, and establish global dominance. As this architectural schematic shows, the specific attributes of this awaited Jewish Messiah match the exact physical and political descriptions of the Dajjal found in Islamic texts. This overlap actively drives current geopolitics. Today, a massive bloc of Zionist Christianity funds and supports aggressive expansion and warfare in the Middle East. They are pushing to intentionally trigger the War of Armageddon, believing the resulting destruction will force the return of Jesus. The final global conflict becomes a clash of recognized identity. The exact figure that one major world religion welcomes with open arms as their savior, another religion recognizes as the deceiver described in their own prophecies. The reign of the Dajjal will be shattered from the sky. To the east of Damascus, at a white minaret, Isa, Jesus, the son of Mary, will physically descend to earth, resting his hands on the wings of two angels. The Dajjal will claim to be God, a claim historically attached to Jesus. By returning as a humble servant and prophet of Allah, the true Isa will destroy both the Dajjal's illusions and the corrupted ideologies built around his own name. He will pursue the deceiver to the gate of Lud and end him. But the Prophet Muhammad gave his followers an actionable defense to use right now against the system currently building around us. He promised that anyone who memorizes the first and last 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf will be shielded from the Dajjal's deception. The hidden hands of Dajjalia have set the stage. The cultural and technological infrastructure is active. The world is being prepped for the ultimate illusion, and true faith is the only shelter left.